No, and I think it's very clear. It's been a good year for UBS the last year. We announced the full annual results. We held up pretty well. We've changed some of our targets, in light of the outlook for European banks is different to that from the American banks, and we're the first European bank to report, so I think to some degree it's a market reaction also to the different trajectory European and US banks are on. So I don't see a lot of UBS specific issues because we had a pretty solid year, a very good fourth quarter, best fourth quarter since 2010. Our CEO has taken the markets through, so even not big adjustments in our targets, just a sense of realism prevailing, but I think we are in a different trajectory than US banks, and that's usually when you are the first European to report why the reaction in the market.
And just clarify for us, we're always excited by new metrics. We're looking at return on equity on Tier 1 capital. That seems to be a new one.
Well, you see, if you look at core Tier 1 capital, regulatory capital, Switzerland has one of the highest regulatory regimes. So we hold a much larger share of regulatory capital than many of our peers. And if you want to compete and really look at, what are the metrics, it's not a self-chosen high level of capital. It is something that is caused by regulation. And if you don't want to compare apples and pears, you really have to look at the requirements you face and the return that you can generate on that regulatory requirement. And for us, that's the key issue, that why we moved this metric. And actually the second one that is very important for us, we have a lot of goodwill and DTA still in the bank. And that really, as we have become more profitable, will change the trajectory also for our earnings.
Just looking at self-help versus the broader environment, and I note you referenced twice there, compared with the US environment as well. You and Sergio have been on a journey. Iqbal Khan's joined that journey now. You're doing as much self-help as you can over that period as well. But I think you're implying that there are structural differences between the environment the US is working in than the broader European banks, not just Swiss banks as well. Sure. That's why we're going to be remaining for the foreseeable future at a profit disadvantage in Europe?
Well, look, we lack the deep capital market that the US has. In the US, if you generate mortgages, if you generate loans, you can package them off and sell them in the capital market. We don't have that option. And so Europe has been a bank-based system for long, and it will not change anytime soon.
But Axel, it's got worse. It hasn't just not changed. If I remember correctly, John Hill, the last perhaps Europhile government member working in the Commission as well, was making great strides on CMU, on Capital Markets Union. And my understanding is since John Hill left,
he now joined us.
I didn't even know that, but I mean, there's me eulogising the bloke. But nothing's happened since John Hill left.
Absolutely, and Europe will not catch up on capital markets per se. But Europe has a great chance to develop capital markets when it comes to sustainability, because that's a game where the US markets are trailing. That's where US companies and overall federal policy in the US is not on the same trajectory as it is in Europe. So if you're asking me, as capital markets for green finance develop, where will the nucleus of those markets be? It will be Europe.
Hi, I'm Joanna Bersecci, and thank you for watching. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more from CNBC International. Thank you for watching.